Skip up. Little. Hello, Sink. Admiral, welcome to Sinkside. I am so disorganised. Not only am I'm so disorganised, I forgot to tell Mrs. Owl that I wasn't just making pancakes today, I was streaming it. I somehow completely forgot to mention it. And I'm not quite ready, but I refuse to start late. So, since this is just a chill out, you're Sink Sunday. Well, you are the Admiral, Cinders, whose battleship can sink Sunday. So we're just going to do... I suppose it's all a little bit more of owl arm reveal as well. I can confirm, if anyone was in any doubt, I have arms. How are you today, Cinders? Are you well? How's your Sunday treating you? Are you at work too? Or do you get the day off? Oh no, wait, no, that can't be right. I saw on social media you were making fake Christmas presents to put under a Christmas tree, I think. But welcome to the Sunday Chill Out. Starting, I am clearly so well prepared, as you can see, that actually nothing is in fact ready. Only half of the Mr. and Mrs. Owl team knew that this was even happening. So I'm an idiot. Good, thank you. Been wrapping fake presents for work. Food shopping now, chilling with last night's leftovers. Lovely. What were last night's leftovers, Cinders? I spy me some Desperate. You do? That's a very... you've got very good eyes, or my camera is better than I think. Yes, on Boxing Day, we've already prepared this far and ahead. We have a day where we turn off our phones, do nothing really except eat Mexican food and nibbles. So we have guacamole and salsa and Dorito chips, and probably there'll be a little chili made somewhere. Basically food that you can pick at. So we've already got them in advance to accompany. Got some stir fry. I recognise the box from Desperados anyway. Used to drink it, but by the caseload. Jolly good. They are good, aren't they? It's a light. I don't know what the reason why a combination of light lager and tequila makes such a good combination, but it really does. It's very impressive. So I'm also noticing as well. Bless, I think some people have dropped in to see what's going on and seen that I'm doing the washing up and are probably leaving again in the same measure. Oh dear, so I better get to some actual cooking soon, I think. Dear me. Can imagine people going, this is too much Sunday kitchen for me. This isn't, with a pre-prepared, ingredients are already kind of stream. This is, whoops, I haven't actually cleaned the things that I need to use, so I'd best do it quick. Oh gosh, can't take me anywhere, you really can't. But since we need to sieve some flour, we're going to need this sieve. Bubbles of it. Now, I'm only giving this a whirl because Mrs. Owl sent me a video yesterday, and to be honest, the pancakes look delightful. I hope they are as delightful as they seem on the video. In fact, I'm going to, without revealing my face, grab a clean chopping board. And I think for now, that is enough cleaned that I can afford to actually start cooking. So we'll do the man thing and let that soak. There was some debate recently about whether or not it's proper to soak. I've reliably found I'm in the vast minority. So let's come back over here with the ingredients. Here we go. Lovely. Lovely job. Right, it's a day with a lot of equipment, this, and a lot of experimenting, because I don't know how to do this. So we're going to find out. So, don't need any of them. So let's already start clearing down what we don't need. So apparently, basically the trick is, apparently this is a Japanese invention, a souffled pancake. So we will just simply have to see, having made them, whether or not they come up to scratch. There we are. Actually, I need coffee. Coffee is a good... Also, it's very dark. I suppose that is just the time of year, isn't it? Oh, and all of these are in the way. So. So how's the week looking for you, Cinders, and anyone else in chat? And good afternoon to you if you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get our recipe up. So the first thing I need to do is separate out egg yolks and egg whites, but we are going to be putting the whites... You're off today, working Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. That's okay, isn't it? It's not so bad. So I take it we'll see you streaming as well. And the background music is quite loud. This is not a very well organised start to this stream, so we'll turn that down. Let me work this out. So let's have a think. So the egg yolks are going with the milk and the vanilla extract, and are then going in with what's called cake flour. Now, cake flour is a bit of an Americanism, but I've worked out how to make it by going online, basically. So, if that's all going in and being whisked, as opposed to being done with the hand blender, I think we should do that in this one. So let's remove that. Whoopsie daisy. Let's not break the kitchen. We're quite excited. I need to call a tiler because we're going to do some tiling of the kitchen as well. And I think I might do a just chatting stream where I organise the kitchen cupboards because they are in desperate need of some organisation. So let's start with separating out the yolks. Whoops. Throwing eggs around. The yolks and the whites. So pop that there actually for a second. So let's just try, because this can go a bit pear-shaped or egg-shaped, so I'm going to just toss and move it between shell to shell. So we've got the whites coming out nicely there. So let's get a bit of ASMR goopage here. Who doesn't like some ASMR egg gooping on a Sunday? Whoops, daisy. Okay, so one more time. Trying to get as much white as I can out without cracking the yolk. Must admit, I've never actually taught myself how to do this. I just sort of picked up an egg one time and went, right, let's give this a shot. So off that goes. That to me is now mostly, if not entirely, yolk. So the yolk I'm going to deposit into there. A little bit of white, but I think we'll be all right. So let's try that again with egg number 2. Now we'll just toss and turn. What? Who is Sunday? You're here listening whilst drying your hair. Lottie, hello. Enjoy your self-pampering hair drying moment on a Sunday. Good afternoon to you. Luna, we are doing souffle pancakes. I have never made a souffle, funnily enough. I've never actually made a souffle pancake. So this is a... Oh no. That yolk has split, but it's all right because I got most of the white out. So we're okay. Right. Let's get that out of the way. We can put the white to one side for now. Oh, hang on. But I put Sundsy. Oh no, have I? I hate doing things on this phone. Oh, I have as well. I can see. Oh, that's going to bug me. Oh no. Well spotted, Luna. Well spotted. Damn. Oh dear me. Coming back to point A, Cinders, you really can't take me anywhere. So we're adding into this 14 grams, oddly enough, of milk. It's a slightly odd measurement, but we'll roll with it. So, more. 12, center that, make sure it's right. 13, 40. There we go. Now we don't need the milk, so we'll pop the milk away. And for now, I don't need that either. So we're going to move that out of the way. The next thing we need to do is get ready our cake flour. Now, I'm going to be measuring, this is going to be where it gets interesting, because I'm going to measure it and then take some back out and sift it into, actually, sorry, there's a lot of thinking as I go along, folks. Also, Luna, sorry, hello, happy Sunday to you. I've changed my mind. I'm possibly better off finishing this bit first. So I now need 3 grams of vanilla extract. That didn't even register. Come on, that's got to be something. Really? There's some measuring. Right, okay, there's 3. 3 grams. Sorry, folks, I went quiet there for a minute. I was concentrating. Right, so now we need to whisk this together until it's smooth. So I'm going to bring that over here. Because it's basically a souffle, as I understand it, air is key. So I'm going to just try and get as much air into it as I possibly can. Until smooth. Well, that looks airy and smooth to me, so let's reset the scales. Now, we are going to be combining 125 grams of plain flour and 20 grams of cornstarch, which I need to sieve together before I sieve it into what we're doing. But I think I can probably skip that step, so long as I know what my 125 grams is. So, this is now, I've now, my brain has caught up with itself. So, let's put together, if I have a receptacle to do it. No, I do. So there we go. I need 100 and, whoops, easy. I'm taking the rigging with me. So we've got 120 grams of flour. This will be where I find out the whole bag was 120. Don't think it is. 115, 14, 19, come on. 120. There we go. That, I think, is the last time we need the flour. So, let's put that away whilst we go. So we'll reset. Now let's get ourselves 20 grams of cornstarch. So 4, 6, 7, shake, shake, shake. 100, no, not 100, 20 grams. There we are. So let's give that a little mix on its own, and then we're going to sieve it. Just mix that in together, because since the recipe called for this to be sieved, this is why I think I can kill two birds in a single stone. So now let's bring back, shift the scales out of the way, our beaten mixture of eggs and vanilla essence. What else did we put in? Milk, that's it. Right, so drop that in gently, and now we're going to sieve lightly. There we are. Going off one edge of the sieve there. Nice and slowly. No rush. I'm probably preaching to the culinary choir here, but sieving wise, I find just tapping on the edge does the trick nicely. I know I probably could shake it violently, but I just want to gently, gently pass it through. And then after this, it's just whisking it until smooth. Oh, no, it's not. Adding baking powder and salt. Oops. In fact, actually, I wonder whether or not it intended that I sieve the baking powder. Just in case it did mean that, I'm just going to quickly measure out my baking powder and salt, and I'll sieve that through as well, just on the off chance that that's what the recipe intended. So, treat delicately. Pop that there. Right, so we now want... I'll just lift that off my own recipe. 3 grams baking powder, 1 gram of fine sea salt. So, oops, baking powder is very eager to come out. So, hang on, let's... 3 grams. Perfect. And then we need a gram of fine sea salt. Now I've only got sea salt chunks, so I'm going to grind this between my thumb and a finger to make it fine. This is the very best salt I've got in the kitchen. So just keep grinding. It's a metaphor for life, that I'm sure. Just keep grinding. Keep going. Keep grinding and eventually your scale will tip to a gram. One can only hope. Come on. We're still getting there, folks. Probably should get myself a pestle and mortar or something. Dee 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 dee. Da 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 dee. Right. Do a bigger portion, grind into my hand until it's a fine powder. Drop that in. Still not a gram. Right, okay, keep going. Just hope my scales haven't broken. It's not going to suddenly say 5 grams. We'll have the saltiest pancakes you've ever known. Come on, that's surely a gram. Right, I'm not doing any more than that. That seems to be an excessive amount of salt. So, in we go with that. Shall now continue the sieving process. It's not quite therapeutic about this. We'll try and get all of the egg as well and cover it all. Because right now I have a very large mound. And also I should say as well, I hope everybody had a lovely Saturday too. We had the pleasure of seeing one Mr. Omega Phoenix singing his heart out with Milky Kitty Pew, and that was marvellous fun last night. Right, that's too thick to go through, so whatever can be put through a gentle pushing of my hand. I know it sounds louder than it probably is. Right, nothing else is coming out of that, so let's move that. Right, now it's whisking time. Here we go, let's just knock some of that down. Try and get in as much air as I possibly can. So we want to whisk this apparently, so whisk. Ooh, it's quite thick actually. So we'll keep whisking. Hang on, something has gone wrong here. What's gone wrong here? I know exactly what's gone wrong here. I've used the wrong proportions and I have totally eclipsed the amount of egg. What I've done, ladies and gentlemen, is completely stuffed this bit up. Oh, I am a pillock. Oh dear, what a waste. Right, hang on a step. Can I remedy that? No, not unless I'm going to make a fantastically large amount. No, I've stuffed it. Right, hang on. Oh dearie me. Well folks, this is of course warts and all cooking, so nothing hidden. Dear me. Right, start again. Start again. So in case anyone's wondering what I just did, I got the recipe to make the cake flour, and then instead of portioning it down, which is my mistake, I hadn't written it properly on my own instructions, I just dropped the whole lot into the mixture. And I really probably should have twigged us to that as we were going along. You can tell this is not Bake Off. Dear. Well, at least we got the egg whites, so the egg whites are sorted. So let's go through that process again, but maybe this time we'll just do flour and cornstarch first. Oh, whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. That was not my finest moment. So let's try that again. Dee, 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 dee. So replace. Now right, that's a bit too much for now, so let's go back a bit. That's now too little. Right, 19, 20. So 20 grams of cornstarch. Now this now makes our base layer of cake flour, which I shall avail myself of now that I've got my process the right way around. Just mix that together. Okay, take two. So, also, I suppose, is it embarrassing to fail at pancakes? I don't know, it's a recipe for the first time, what the heck. Right, keep that to one side, that's the flour. We have the egg whites there. So I shall think of something curious and inventive to do with egg whites. Don't know what that would be. So we're going to drop the egg white we now don't need because I lost 2 eggs into here. I suppose I could just make quickly stiff peaked meringues. I'll have to use them soon. Right. 1 slightly broken but nearly entirely egg yolk in there. And repeat. Bit more ASMR egg work. I'll try and drain off more of the egg white there. Come on. So drain. I think of a few chefs that will, if they were here, would have rolled their eyes at that particular moment. I feel a bit thick actually. I feel pretty stupid. Oh no. Oh dearie me, dearie me, dearie me. And that's what the coffee machine thinks. Right, let's try the milk again. So 14 grams of milk. Back for more vanilla extract. I've got some goop on the screen, let's get rid of that. So 3 grams of vanilla extract. Come on. One, 2, bit more, 3. There we go. Hello Alice, how are you? Hope you're well today. Right, let's try that again. So whisk until smooth. Not a problem, we hope. So we're going to, once I've got this relatively smooth, that's the consistency we had it last time. Now we're going to retrieve the baking powder and our sieve. Where did I put? Hello Baggy, how are you? Welcome on in. I made a slight blunder there by mistakenly putting too much of the ingredients in, so you've actually really caught me back at the start. But there we go. So I'm now just putting in some fine sea salt, trying to get a gram's worth in there. Well, my scales seem to register up with difficulty up to a gram, so I'm going to basically stop when I think that we've got enough. Are you well, Baggy? How was last night for you? Did you have fun? Right, that for me is enough salt. So now we're going to do 3 grams of baking powder. Well, in we go. 3 grams. Last night was good. How are we? We're good. We're good, Baggy. We're all right. Apart from me making mistakes, which always frustrates me a little bit. But what can you do? These things happen. So now, I'm not going to do what I did last time. And instead, I'm going to measure in 30 grams worth of the flour, because this is homemade cake flour. as opposed to what I did, which was to mistakenly pour in the entire batch. And I was wondering why it wasn't coming together, and then it sort of hit me with a resounding thud that I'd been a complete idiot. So let's sieve in what we had and see what that weighs on the scales. Because what we're making is, and I've noticed, and it's been kindly pointed out to me by Luan, that I've mistakenly put the title of the stream as Sundsy Kitchen Chillout. It is in fact Sunday, and we are definitely making souffled pancakes. So let's drop in, that now says 25 grams, but just in case that's what's gone straight through the sieve, let's just knock in a bit more, drop that down, 24 grams, so it is slightly out. Drop that back down. Oh no, it's not, it's actually measuring directly what's weighed in the sieve-ish. That's good. Yes, our fine Mr. Phoenix is saying he has a little bit of a head today. I believe the saying is having a little bit of a head. Oh dear me. So 25 grams, thinks it's 24. I'm going to measure to 29 and stop. And then if we need an extra gram, we'll drop it in. So here we go. Oops, actually touching the top now, which I don't really want. Look, that is definitely 29 grams. It is measuring exactly, so that's good. Drop an extra gram in the sieve, pass it through, and then we can return to whisking. There we go. Right. We slightly recovered there, folks. Right, now we gently whisk. Because I want this mixed together, but try and keep in as much air as I can, but I also want quite a smooth texture to it. Let's get what's around the edge as well. So let's see, that's getting quite smooth. Give it a bit more. Because this is a souffle though, from what I've watched and read, you want to be, don't want to work it too much. There'll be some fairly delicate folding in due course. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that looks smooth to me. Right, let's just let that drip off there. We'll just tap that, get as much off as possible. But delighted to have you here, Baggy. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a marvellous Sunday. So let's take that to one side. That will pop that to one side as well now. So reset. We're going to need our bowl of egg whites. Just do a quick wipe down because I made a bit of a mess. You'll be unsurprised to know I've made a bit of a mess. It seems to be one of my catchphrases for being in the kitchen. I've made a bit of a mess. Where's that coffee gone? Hang on, let's have a... Oh, that's very good. Very good indeed. And now I have coffee number 2. One of those days it requires. Right, so we now want to beat these egg whites, which we've separated from the yolks, until they are at soft peaks. Then we want to slowly add in 35 grams of sugar. Now it might be a good idea for me to have something to measure the sugar in, so let's wash our bowl for flour. Give that a bit of a wipe. There we go. Right, reset there. So 35 grams. Now one of the tricks I read, because again I've no idea, I've not made soufflés before, but apparently doing a low speed is better than a fast speed. Why? I couldn't tell you. I suppose maybe it slowly works the active ingredients in the egg whites rather than just sort of thumping them into submission. Right. So, having done that, I'm now going to unplug the charger for the stream. I hope I don't run out of battery. Because we're going to need ourselves an electric whisk. That was what indeed was recommended, so I'm going to go with it. Right, so there we go. I don't want my bread ends. I want my, let's get these in correctly. That are gentle whiskers. Sort of the name of a polite cat, isn't it? Who's this? Gentle whiskers. Right, so what's the lowest setting? Let's make sure that's on low. Aha. Right, I'll apologise if there's noise, chat, but I'm going to, what does it say? Beat until soft peaks. I don't even know what a soft peak is, but we're going to find out. I'm going to try. How can I angle this to show you with difficulty? Let's try. So. Thank you, Lottie. So there we go, Lottie knows. Soft peaks are when you lift the whisk and it makes a little peak. But it's not doing that, so let's crack it. Cinders, is that true? Oh no. Right, we'll check again. Are they making soft peaks? No, they are not. They are just dribbling off. No. But thank you very much for the good luck. I will take all the luck I can get. Keep going. Hello Reaper, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can I just show, can the camera catch it? With difficulty. Sorry about the noise. Are we getting stiff, soft peaks? No, it's sort of... Thank God you got an electric whisk. We would have been here a while, wouldn't we? And it is Reaper, yes, egg whites. We're trying to make soft peaks. But I have no idea what I'm really looking for. So, hang on, there we go. They're making soft peaks that fall down. So I'm going to err on the side of I have something that's vaguely right and a cable that's in a coffee cup. So let's move that. That's a bad plan. Now it says slowly add the sugar until I get stiff peaks and they're glossy. Oh, prob's a bit more whiskey. Right, I'm going to take the advice from the audience. Right, a bit more. Thank you, chat. So they won't melt. Gotcha. Right. That's nearly that. Still falling over. A bit more. How are we looking now? Aha! I have peaks that aren't falling over. Excellent. Right. So now, slowly, slowly with the sugar is, as I understand, the next stage. Let's get that all, seems to be slightly sticking to my bowl for no particular reason. Looks good. Yes, hang on, here's chat. There we go. There we go. Right, I'm going to slowly add in the sugar. Oops. There it is. Noisy process this, so that's getting there. Right, okay, a bit more. Finish the sugar. More. When you're done, if you can hold it over your head, you're good. Okay. That's going to be the next one, chap. The very last of that right now. Okay. If there was ever a moment deserving of a little bit of our normal chilled chat having a little bit of hype, this would be it. I'm going to turn this over my head. What do we think, Chad? On the count of three? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it worked. I genuinely thought, you need to see the head to prove it. You'll have to take my word that my head was not in it, but darn close. Right. That's quite an interesting moment, tipping it over your own head. That's quite fun. Right, let's keep trying to keep the kitchen clear. I don't think I'm actually going to need this chopping board now. So there's actually not been anything on it particularly, so I'll just shift that out of the way. Honestly, that's the best way to know, or to make other people laugh, and you know, that's partly why I'm here. That's what I do. Now, slowly add sugar. We've done that. Fold a quarter of the mix into the yolks at a time and fold to incorporate. Okay, so let's take a quarter-ish of our mix. I'm going to do it at an angle because I've used a Pyrex dish so we can see what we're doing, and I'm going to just fold. So as I understand it, and I'm sure Mr. Cinders will corroborate, as indeed will Taylor, the trick apparently is to keep the air in. Fold to incorporate. Okay. So hang on, I'll bring it close because there's nice ASMR noises here. Hang on. Sort of squidging noises. Not altogether unpleasant. There we are. So, gently put in another quarter. I'd had great fun. The recipe that I found basically said, take in a quarter, then in another quarter, then repeat 4 times. He's cleaning the car, but yep, keep the air in there. Good fella. That's a good job on a Sunday. Clean the car. Right, I'm going to keep turning. Try to keep all the air in. Shan't let us all down. Told Mr. Cinders he should do a cooking stream, but he said no one will watch it. Nonsense! I would certainly be there. With a pen and paper, probably. So, fold. I've got all the same colour now. I welcome the kitchen streamers. I mean, I'm one of a few that I know. I've met a few here, there, and everywhere. There aren't many people, except unless it is the 24-hour cooking shows, which is like just someone putting an endless repeat. I'm not sure there are many home cooking. I mean, we've got our lovely Hook 'em on Health, or Hooky if you're here to play marbles, as I somehow named her. She graciously let that stand. We've got Good Chef, Good Treat Chef, Twin Digestion. Twin Digestion do a lot of mukbangs, a lot of eating of meat and other food. I said just do a cooking with me thing. We've done one of those, Cinders, and it went down very well. Here is the man himself, the man known as Mahmood, aka Omega Phoenix. How are you, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to, I'm back, sorry, explosive moment. You need apologise to nobody, Reaper. You apologise to no one. How are you, my fine Phoenix? Are you well? How is your head? Did you remember, by the way, Omega, that democracy spoke again last night, and we all think that you should wear your nautical uniform from when you were a child? I'm fairly sure the vote was about 18 for and 1 against. I'm fairly sure you were the one against. I'm sure you'd remember that, of course. That is bollocks. You may be right. Yeah. I may be pulling your leg. Oh dear me. Right. So. Oh my good lord! I've just accidentally flicked some off there. That did not go well. Ooh. My spatula exploded. That never came up. No, in fact, Omega, I really am pulling your leg this time, Omega. No, it didn't come up, I'm afraid. I wish I'd thought of it. That would have been clever. Oh dear me. So this is, for those of you who are joining us, this is going interestingly because the first batch went wrong when I measured the flour incorrectly. We've got our fine Mr. Reevesy has told us, actually, this is a bloody difficult recipe to do. And now I've decided to add complication to it by flinging ingredients across the kitchen. Baby's doing great. Oh, good. Oh, jolly good. Very glad to hear that. We are going to move our location. We are moving across the kitchen. Right, hang on. I'm going to drop the legs on the camera. Sorry about the earthquake camera work. Here we go. Measure us, hang on, bend us down a bit. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, I need to extend my back leg. Wait a minute. Oops. Sorry, folks. Yeah, professional stuff, this. Flinging ingredients. Oh, the camera's going to try and fall over. Come on, stay still. You know you want to. Right. We can just about see, I think. There we go. Now, interestingly at this point, it says use a piping bag. I haven't got a pipe, well I do, but I don't know where I've put it, because there's going to have to be a kitchen stream of me cleaning the kitchen and going through the cupboards. But what we now need is this pan on a low heat, with nothing in it. Ooh, got some mixture on me. So we're going to have to wait until that gets hot, and then we are going to oil it slightly. We're going to drop in, basically in quarters, the mixture. I really want to make sure you guys can see this. So that's just, there we go. So we're going to drop in a quarter of the mixture and steam it. And then another quarter of the mixture goes on it and we steam it some more. We then gently flip them over and they get a last steam. And then we plate. And that will be our stream for this Sunday. So fingers crossed that all works and goes to plan. Whilst we're doing that, let's get ready with some ingredients to go with our pancakes. So yes, Omega, don't worry, you skipped democracy this time. I had a sling that's very colicky. Yes, I must admit, I think you'll be built like a Titan Reaper by the time you're done. You'll be you know, constantly carrying, wriggling little individuals. This is the worst hangover you've had in a while. Well, you've just turned up at just the right moment, Omega, because we are just about to get you some pancakes. Nearly there. Oops, Daisy. But I mean, I've been so all over the place. I wasn't ready to actually start the stream. I somehow forgot to tell Mrs. L that we're actually doing a Sunday stream as well as a Saturday one. So all in all, it's been a bit all over the place, really. Ah, that's good coffee. I just remember what I need the chopping board for. It's the strawberries. So we'll just prepare these whilst we're getting underway. Give these a bit of a wash. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will do nicely. I'll tell the wife if she needs. Are you getting much sleep, Reaper? That's a silly question, isn't it? Sorry. Every parent in the chat just rolled their eyes at me. Sleep? Sleep when you've got children? What is that mystery? All I need is 3 hours and I'm good. Reaper, I wish I was of an age where that was true. I'm barely good with sort of 11 hours. Oh dear. So we're going to accompany our pancakes, assuming that they work and don't deflate. I'm glad to see that they haven't yet. With strawberries, blueberries, some maple syrup, and fingers crossed it will work. And also fingers crossed it will have been worth the time in the ingredients, because I've no idea. But it was nice to make a souffle for the first time, in effect. Right, that's getting hot. So, advice was use a cooking spray and then wipe off any excess. That's fine. Can do that. Ooh, the can of it carries on. Right, so let's just wipe our pan. Keep a bit in case we get stickage. Right, I don't have a pipe. Well, I've already said about the piping bag. So we're going to just try and do this freehand. So I'm adding a layer of complexity that maybe I don't need to, but let's drop a little in there, and then another little bit, and then another little bit again. Actually, I'm not sure that's enough. So let's, there we go. Whoops. So, and then similarly, gently fold on there. Here we go. There, right. The rest of that is going to go on afterwards, I think. So let's pop some cold water in here. And then we steam for 5 minutes. There we go. Right, part 1 underway. So keep some water to hand. Varying ingredients. Oops, daisy. So whilst we're just getting this under the way, this week, what's coming for our little corner of Twitch, I am fairly certain that work-wise I'm a bit scuppered this week. I have a feeling I'm right up against it. I'm going to check actually once we're finished here. So I'll do a little announcement at some point, but I have the strongest feeling I might have to be either unusual and stream at different times, or we might just have to have a quiet week this week. But I have my fingers crossed, and I've also got my fingers crossed for these. because they, hang on, they do look like they're subsiding slightly, but apparently, I remember from the video, that's okay. Your job doesn't give you a... I know, the terrorists, they ramp up for Christmas, you know, they don't take time off. Nor does the sewage plant works, depending on who we, you know, which is the current theory that we're going with. But if that is the case, it's one of these things, isn't it? We're nearly there. It's nearly Christmas in an unusual year. So we shall quieten the terrorists of the world. Actually, that reminds me, I was wondering genuinely about buying Cyberpunk. It's not my normal kind of game, but as I was watching the videos, it turns out that basically it's infinitely programmable, and you could basically make a spy. So since that's one of the theories we've got, I wondered about buying it and us making and programming a spy character, sort of focused purely on espionage and stealth and sort of bombs and poisons and things like that. And Cinders, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I saw that, I thought that might be quite good fun. If that is the case, and I've understood it correctly. Right, let's get some blueberries. These are for me primarily, because not Mrs. Owl's favourite. We have some grapes, which can go too. Give them a wash. I don't know, what do you think? Was that sort of thing you'd like to see? We had fun with, what's this? Rocket League on Saturday. That was a good laugh. Ooh, these are puffing up rather majestically. I am, however, referring here to the pancakes. Omega, did you enjoy that clip, by the way, from last night with your scented trousers? I sort of saw it coming on the horizon as a joke and thought he won't say it, surely. Oh, no, he has. Oh, dear me. You didn't half make me laugh. Make us both laugh, even. Right, let's... Here we go. Go back and check your clips, Omega. You have some censored trouser work that you may or may not have remembered and or forgotten. Oh goodness. Let's go have a... I know we shouldn't, but let's have a quick look to see. Look at that. Ooh-ha! That's looking good. Right, since I've released the steam out, let's do a bit more. Fingers crossed. They stay well. So this could all go wrong at this point. I genuinely don't know. Right, that's close to 5 minutes, and they're looking. I can see the brown around the edges, so I'm a bit bothered that I've got it too high. So let's actually just do stage 2. That's very hot. That's stupid. Right, stage 2 is to put the other quarter of the ingredients directly on top. These have subsided a little bit. You've just watched the clip. I saw it coming and I thought, as I say, you won't surely say that, will he? And no, I could not resist. It was a gift horse of clippage for time immemorial. So let's do the next. Bloody hell, I actually said that. You did, much to my surprise. Right, these aren't possibly going to be the prettiest souffle pancakes, but let's just do our best with them. Yes, thank you very much, Oven Buzzer. I am aware. Very kind. So let's... These might have gone better with a piping bag, but what the heck. We go with what we got. Voila. So, let's pour more water in. And then steam for another 3 minutes. I thought you'd have bloody... It was a moment to make. It was a moment I shall never forget. Oh, goodness gracious me. Move these. That is going on its... Good man. Oh, dear me. Welcome back, Reaper, welcome back. We were just talking about Omega and his trousers in a censored moment. I shall give him the pleasure of explaining what that means. I said to them, I'm missing the cooking, and she said, what? Why do I say and or do these things? Because you are a star and a gentleman, and your singing was outstanding, as was the marvellous milking. An excellent job. Right, so we're near 1 minute 45. At this point, we're then going to be in a flipping motion. Apparently, the I can't speak anymore. The trick is to tip and roll very gently. So I'm hopeful I'm up to the task. I'm going to use the same soft-edged spatula. Your Mrs. Phoenix thought differently, did she? Oh, it was an outstanding moment. It really was. Right. And I'll give you an honest verdict so far. All I'm thinking at the moment is, unless these are fairly groundbreaking and revolutionary pancakes, there's a lot of work involved. It's one of those where I'm looking at them thinking, I hope you're really good. Because it's been, I've just seen the timer, it's over an hour, and it's made two pancakes. Whether or not, particularly because we're on the subject, we've got Omega, we've got Lost, we've got Reaper, all with young children. If a young child says, I want a pancake, an hour later you might be having tantrums. So, if they are revolutionary, I shall admit it. If they're not, then this has just been a fun experiment. Hello, my love, how are you? You okay? Just saying, we're nearly there. And one. Right, this is the gentle tipping moment. Ow, hot, 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 hot. Right, so gently tip, don't flip is the trick, apparently. Which won't help if they are stuck, which this one already appears to be. So, I'm going to coax it if I can. Please coax. Oh, no, you stuck to the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to... Okay, that's not too bad. Can I get you off? Actually, if I take you off the heat, will that help? And roll. Okay, so we have got something resembling what we were meant to have. They then get 3 more minutes. And we're there. Are you ready to try some pancakes, Marv? There we go. I think need more. In fact, what it said is no oil, Reaper. I wonder whether or not, or minimal oil it said. Maybe that was optimistic. Sorry, yeah, it was spray and then wipe. So we sprayed, we wiped. They stuck. But we'll see. So we are ready. Let's get some cutlery out. I've done you some strawberries and some grapes. Everything washed and shiny. They are at least staying kind of buoyant. Just something. So let's see. After this, hopefully we set me up to do some cleaning and some chores and some bits and bobs. If I said no oil to my wife, she would throw a shoe at me. She's really a fan of oil. Or a fan of throwing shoes. The first thing I'll do is clean the kitchen, I think. A nice big clean down. I normally dunk some kitchen oil in the oil and rub it on the pan. The pancakes I make for Dan never stick, but it might just be your pan. Yes, we tried that. I've got rid of the piece of paper now, but we kind of squished it and then wiped. Maybe I wiped too thoroughly. Maybe I should have left a little bit more in than I did. It's in there. If in doubt, propel shoe. Oh yeah, I was just saying, my love, the one thing I would observe is that it's a lot of legwork for 2 pancakes.
Well, yeah, it's not a standard pancake.
No.
It's not meant to be easy.
And it's going, Dylan, it's going well. You've joined us close to the end. We've got another 30 seconds to go, and then we're plating up with our souffle-esque pancakes. But I hope you're well. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. And Cinder says hello, my love.
Hello.
Says hello. Get to see the final product. Yeah, you didn't. You've skipped to the reveal. Anyone here is here. I've been bending their ears for the last hour and 10 minutes. Probably see. You probably skipped probably the best bit. Right. Off the heat. Let's bring us back to our regular corner of the kitchen. Sorry about the earthquake camera work. Right, so remove cutlery. And then a bout of steam. So they smell nice and vanilla-y. Let's try and get these off, keeping them nice and light, and not have them collapse, which unfortunately they are threatening to do. One. Yeah, that one's, oh dear. I thought they'd stay fluffier than that. I suppose every time you touch them, really, it's two. There we go. Just setting up. No worries, Cinders. Do enjoy. We shall be along to say hello. Have fun. Thank you for coming on in. So here we go. Here's our 2. There's still a nice bit of fluff to them. Right, I'm going to plate up. Do you want me to do yours, my love? So I'm going to pop some blueberries on this one. That's for me. So for Mrs. Owl, here we go. That's some strawberries there. A couple of grapes. And we would otherwise do an extra bit of icing sugar for presentation, but I'm just going to say let's just enjoy them as they are. So here we are. We've got, along with flying blueberries, our souffle pancakes with a hint of vanilla to them. And a bombshell in the kitchen. So here we go. Right. Do you want me to maple syrup you? Do you want to? So here we go. Let's see what this looks like. So pick a bit with maple syrup. Let's have a look. There's the texture wise. Try a bit on its own. Pretty. I thought they'd be lighter, to be fair. Ah, interestingly, I've got literally two textures. The bottom is heavier than the top. I wonder if something happened at the bottom whilst we were cooking. They're still very nice. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's quite fun, that. That was Syrup Bay. Just gently, just there we go. Just drizzle away. Not one to try and whip up in a hurry, but not bad at all. Nice way to spend whittle away an hour's worth of cooking time. Well, folks, that's it for me. That's all we've got for this involving souffles tricky. Maybe we'll do some more souffling now that I've had a first shot at it, and we'll give it another go on something else. But let me just take these over to Mrs. Al whilst they're still hot. Hang on, I'll be right back. Right, folks, as you've probably just seen, our lovely Mrs. Cinders is off to go and stream. I can't raid her because I'm on my phone, but I would otherwise encourage you to go and say hello to her. Apart from that, that's it from us for today. So thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was nice and relaxing for you. I will have a look at my work diary. I'll let you all know what's happening during the week. It's going to be a bit of an odd one, I have a feeling. But until then, take care. All the very best. Have a lovely day. And we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.